Snapchat is the most popular app for teens to interact with their friends, and they have made some changes that conscientious parents might like. Studio 5's Tech Check expert brings it forward as useful information for parents. I'm with Deseret News columnist and tech writer Amy Iverson. Snapchat.
Snapchat's where it's at.
The thing. What do parents need to know?
Well, they've just introduced this new family center. I'm saying they're dipping their toes into giving parents some control. They're not giving you a ton, but they're giving you some for the first time.
Okay, and this update has personal impact for you.
Well, yeah, they made me think about something that I hadn't thought about in this way before. So they said, we're trying to mimic your relationship with your teens in real life. So yeah, you know who your kids' friends are and when they're hanging out, but you don't eavesdrop on their personal, private conversations.
That's kind of a brain bender.
Have I been doing this all wrong? I think it's different for every parent, every kid. You're going to have to decide for yourself, but they're giving you a little bit of control.
So the ability to see who they're friends with, but not necessarily see or hear those private conversations.
Exactly. So they say we already have some precautions in place as Snapchat just itself. So one thing I do like, teens are not allowed to have private accounts, or I'm sorry, public accounts on Snapchat. That has to be private.
Okay.
Teens can only communicate with each other, with anyone, if they are mutual friends, so strangers can't contact your teen. And then you're not going to pop up as a teenager on Brook Walkers if we don't have a mutual friend. It's not going to say, oh, you should friend this teenager if you don't have a mutual friend. My 21-year-old who uses it way more than I do says, yeah, but some people just go through and friend everybody and then friend all their friends and friend all their friends. So there is some stranger danger, but Snapchat says it's trying to make it more difficult.
And those things were already in place.
Already there.
Okay, now let's talk about that family center. How can we implement that?
So first of all, you as a parent have to have an account. So if your child is on Snapchat and you aren't, get on there, number one. And then you have to be a friend with your child on there. And then you have to invite them. Remember, Instagram did the same thing earlier this year. It's not just you can do it as a parent. You have to ask your child, can we do family center? And then your child has to agree.
Okay, and that could be something you tell them they have to agree to.
Yeah, or else no app. I mean, that's your choice.
No app.
Yep.
And then what's the bottom line capabilities and the limitations of this family center?
So you can see who all your kids' friends are on Snapchat. You can see who they've communicated with in the past 7 days.
Okay.
And then if you see something concerning on there or a person concerning, you as a parent can confidentially report that person.
That's nice.
Those are your capabilities. That's all they're giving you for now.
What about the limitations?
So what they don't do is they don't let you see private conversations. You can't read those DMs like you could maybe on their text if you're grabbing their phone at night. You can't see their chat history. You can't see who they've been talking to if it's past that 7 days. And then there's no time limits. That's something that Instagram did do earlier this year. They let you set time limits. Now remember, you can do that on just the general iPhone or the Android phone, but you can't do that within the app. So I just think a lot of parents are going to say, this isn't enough control for me to give my kids Snapchat right now.
Yeah.
Some, it will be enough. Totally depends on the maturity of your kid, how they've been handling their social media, and maybe you still grab that phone and go through it yourself once in a while if you've made that agreement with your child.
Do you see Snapchat going further, or do you think they'll preserve this in real life model?
They're big on saying that they are protecting teens' privacy. They think kids deserve privacy online. I think some do, some don't, depending on how they've handled themselves. The only thing they said is coming for sure is that you will be able to see when they add new friends easily. And I think that is nice, and I think that stranger danger is something a lot of parents are worried about.
Sure.
It's not far enough for some kids and some parents.
We were chatting, I hope it's okay, I mentioned this, you did a safety assembly for teens recently, and you said not only did they admit that Snapchat is the app, of course, that they're on, we know that, they have awareness about the fears too.
Yes, this is high school, so I'm having them answer questions with their phones for an assembly. They all said by far Snapchat is what they use the most. They all said by far Snapchat is the most dangerous. And why? Creepers was number one. Explicit images, second. I mean, of course, I explained to them, and they know that those go hand in hand, and I think that's what a lot of parents are afraid of.
Yeah.
This doesn't give that much control.
Right.
So it's going to take, again, a lot of conversations between you and your kids, and how much do you trust them? How much can you trust them? It's a lot of work as a parent.
It becomes that individualized decision. I do feel somewhat comforted. I mean, just mildly comforted by the fact that they're aware, I guess, of the dangers. Yeah, or the fears. I mean, they're smart. Right?
Kids are well aware. I think high school, I'm like, I'm doing a middle school one pretty soon.
And that might take a little more education.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Amy, thank you. Where can we read more about this?
This is at Deseret.com/Amy.
Okay, we'll link you there from our website, too.